Assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to share with you this huge recipe with all these ingredients. Just want to show you everything because the camera cannot get everything into frame. And this is a very good recipe for Ramadan. As you know, in the month of Ramadan we have to fast from sunrise to sunset, so we need something very nutritional and that is high in energy but at the same time healthy. So this recipe ticks all the boxes and it takes a bit of time to make, but bear with me because we're gonna make a quantity that's gonna last maybe for a couple of weeks and it's gonna be useful. As you can see, I have different flours here and I have also nuts, I have almonds, I have peanuts which are high in energy and protein. I've got also different flours here. I've got some seeds and all these ingredients, let's say, are very high in nutritional elements as well. And then we can use also honey, we're going to use olive oil. So let's start with the ingredients. So first ingredient we need is whole meal flour. This is 2 cups. If you don't want to use this, you can use the whole wheat like this, but you have to roast it and then grind it, which is a bit more complicated. So you can just go for the other one. Second flour we need is millet flour. Millet flour is very good for bone. It's rich in calcium. Here we're gonna need 1 cup. The other ingredients we will need is, let's choose this one, is barley flour. Barley flour also very rich in minerals and nutrients. Here we're gonna need 1 cup. This is barley flour. It's called bajari flour. I think if you go to the Asian shop, you will find it under this name. Oh, sorry, this is the millet flour. Sorry, the millet flour is called that name. Then we have, this is chickpea flour, 1 cup. You can get the whole chickpeas and then grind them, but my mixer grinder is not very good, so I'm just using the flour. This is the packaging I use. It's called gram flour. You will find it easily in Asian shops. And let's move to the next. This is oat, normal oat. We need 1 cup as well here. Oat is very useful, is full of energy and nutrients. It's good for people with diabetes because it reduces insulin in the blood. We will need also 1 cup of whole peanuts. We're gonna keep the skin because it also has nutritious fats. Here I've got 1 cup of almonds, whole almonds, and then I'm gonna use linseed seeds. Here I've got a 1/2 cup of linseed seeds. I've got 1/2 cup of sunflower seeds and 1/2 cup of sesame seeds. Then I've got also some oregano. I've got some verbena. Verbena is very nice lemony flavor, kind of tea herb. You can find in all shops, even Asian shops, but if you don't have it, you can skip it. Then I've got mint as well. These are like 1 tablespoon each. Don't use too much because we just want to give a nice flavor. We don't want them to overcome the flavors in this mixture. And then we're gonna use also some spices to make our mixture even more flavorful. So I've chosen here ground nutmeg, but be careful with nutmeg, don't use too much, otherwise it's got some funny effects. Then we have cinnamon as well, it gives nice flavor. And we have caraway seeds. Here it's ground. So as I said, we're going to use just a little bit of salt, a pinch of salt that I use always in my sweet recipes. Alright, these are all the ingredients. If you happen to don't find one of these ingredients, doesn't matter. And the main ingredient we're going to use to mix all our mixture is olive oil and honey. But if you don't want to use honey, you can use powdered sugar, as honey tends to make it a bit dry. But don't worry about it. If you want it more moist, you can use powdered sugar. So first thing we're gonna do, just explain the procedure, is we're gonna have to slowly roast all the flowers and the nuts and some of the seeds, and then grind them all to a powder. For some herbs, we're not gonna roast them because the herbs are more fragile, so if we roast them, they're gonna lose all their properties. So let's get started. Okay, first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna take a large pan, and first flour I'm gonna put is the wholemeal flour. You can work in synchronization like me. I'm using 2 pans because I want to save time. So in one pan I put the flour, and the other pan I put the almonds. Make sure the almonds and the flour are in a medium-low heat, otherwise they're gonna burn. And you have to keep mixing the flour till it becomes like some kind of light golden, and the almonds as well. Now I'm putting the millet flour and the barley flour, and on the other pan I'm putting the peanuts. I'm making the video a bit quick just to don't make it too long. So just keep mixing like this till everything gets a nice, let's say, light medium brown color. Make sure it's on a low medium heat because we don't want to burn this, and at the same time we don't want to use them raw because the taste in either ways is not nice. We have the peanuts, they take more time, the peanuts and the almonds, so we can leave them there while we do the rest. Now I have here the chickpea flour. Make sure the chickpea flour is very well cooked because it tastes, if it's not cooked you will taste it and it's not very nice taste. On the other side I put the the oat. I put the oat on the other side, on the other pan. So just be careful with the chickpea flour. Make sure it's well cooked, so it has to be like kind of dark brown but not too burned again, because we don't want it to have that taste of burnt. So we're gonna leave it there. Sesame seeds, they take a very the sesame seeds, yes, I'm putting them now. Be careful, the sesame seeds, put them on a very low heat and look after them because they tend to burn very quickly and they don't take too much time in roasting at all. You can even use them raw, but I want to give them that nutty roasted flavor. As you can see, the chickpea flour now is ready. It doesn't look very well on the camera, but it's darker. I don't know why the camera shows the flowers a bit lighter. Here we have the linum seeds. You have to roast them a little bit as well. And now I finished everything. I'm gonna start grinding my flowers. You can grind the flowers that are not ground, like here I'm grinding the oat, I think, because the other flowers, the millet flour, the barley flour, and the wholemeal flour and chickpea flour, you don't need to grind them, they're already in powder. We just want to have a similar texture between the flowers and the seeds. So first thing we've done here is the oat, and give it a big mix. Just use a big bowl so you can mix everything. Here we've got all the seeds. I'll put them together, so sesame seeds, linum seeds, I kept the sunflower seeds because we don't need to roast them, and I don't want to mix them to these because they tend to release so much oil and they're gonna make a moist mixture, which I don't want. I want this to be rather like a powder kind of consistency. Just grind them like this. Make sure you move the sides to make sure everything is well ground and on the same size. Give it another mix, and now it's ready. It will take a bit of time to make this. You might take you like up to 3 hours or 2 hours, but bear with me because you will have something very useful for Ramadan. Here we have the almonds, the peanuts, and the sunflower seeds because they all release oil, so I'm gonna grind them together. This recipe is very good also for vegan people if they want to have some energy, let's say super energy bowl or powder, and they can use it for breakfast because it gives a nice energy or before exercising. So it doesn't harm to have this at all. And as you saw, I use so many ingredients that are full in nutrients, in minerals, in vitamins, and in healthy fats as well. Just gonna grind this a bit more, and as you can see, this is ready as well. It's pretty simple procedure, but just time consuming. All right, we're gonna add our mixture here, and we're gonna mix everything together. Make sure you mix it very well. Here I'm gonna take the seeds. Here I've got the fennel seeds, I forgot to mention. I've got the verbena. I'm gonna grind them in the coffee grinder just to have a very fine powder, and because I have small quantity. And now I'm gonna add the oregano. All right, when you see that it's well done and it's reduced to powder, I'm gonna pass it through this net. Make sure we get only fine powder. Just gonna pass it like this. Just want to make sure that I only get the powder. The rest we're gonna get rid of it. Now give it a good mix. Now we're gonna add the spices. So here we've got half teaspoon of caraway, ground caraway. Here I've got half teaspoon of cinnamon and also a half teaspoon of nutmeg. Gonna have a good mix again. Okay, here I kept some of it in a plastic bag, freezer bags. You can use it, you can keep it in a container. And I just had a little bit of it because I prefer to mix just a small quantity and then finish it and use another quantity. This way it's gonna be more fresh and can be kept for long. I'm just gonna work it with my hands, and the first thing I'm gonna add is extra virgin olive oil and give it a nice mix. As I said before, if you don't want it dry, just use a powdered sugar. Otherwise you can go with the honey, but bear in mind the honey will make it a bit drier. Just keep adding the olive oil till you see that it start becoming moist, and you can form it with your hands. And then we're gonna start adding the honey. Okay guys, here I've got a small decoration, nothing special about it. I'm just gonna decorate in this small bowl like this. I put cling film so it doesn't stick to the bottom. Just form it, just proceed to get a compact shape, and then you can serve it as it is, or you can serve it just as it is in powder in a spoon, because you can eat it with a spoon or foam bowls. It's up to you how you want to serve it.
Presentation of
Alright guys, this is the final plate. As you can see, you can eat it with the spoon, comes out easily. Hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. If you did, please put a thumbs up, leave a comment below, subscribe to my channel, and share with your friends. And thank you for your support guys and your nice comments. I do really appreciate it. And see you soon. Thank you. Bye.